everyone. This is Killoger here, and you watched probably just now Teacher Bully. You see, I feel sorry for Akian, the little boy in the video. I feel sorry for the father to have to go through that kind of anguish, not being able to help his child. I really do feel sorry for them. You see, in my small school, I had a learning disability. Uh, I couldn't read or write. It was really hard for me. And I remember being about the age of 8, maybe 9 at tops. I had a teacher come up to me and said, I had the book Moby Dick. And I read a page, my father read a page. That's how we did it every night. And I was about halfway through that book. Kind of proud of myself because, to tell you the truth, I read a quarter of the book. I mean, Moby Dick, it's a pretty big read. It's a pretty hard read. Um, Teacher looked at me and it was one of those days you brought in the books you were reading and looked at me and said, "You're lying, you're not reading this book. Go to the library, pick something up you can read." That was crushing. So crushing that I think it wasn't until I was probably 17, already got kicked out of high school, that I asked for help. I would never raise my hand to read a sentence or a paragraph in class because I was afraid that I would be considered dumb. I wouldn't ask for help to read a test. And I found tools to cope. I found tools that worked very well for who I was. Um, that teacher probably caused me to lose out a lot of the ability to learn how to read or write. Um, Again, I now know how to read. I know how to write. My writing is technically deplorable, but I know how to write. Um, Luckily in life, I had a great reading comprehension skill. I had a great vernacular. Um, Unlike the boy in the video, um, who in times of being bullied and tortured and these teachers just being downright disgusting, all he had to the tools was the words he knew and crying. And when he cried, the teachers were even bigger pains in the asses to him. I don't want to demean them by calling them any obscene words. Um, the boy in this video, I know because of the father he has, uh, this will never stop him. Uh, this will probably even make him stronger to try to fight the stigma that these teachers put on him. You see, the sad thing is it doesn't take much to make a child look at life a little bit different, to have a different outlook. The teachers that made me who I am were teachers that, after getting kicked out of school, I went to a small school. They brought in a program that was being taught in Ellettsville, Indiana, uh, called I don't know what that program was called, but the one in my town was called Phoenix. The Phoenix program was if you had a special needs, you would went there. There was a teacher there, Suzanne Donnelly, who was key to making me find out my potential. Uh, and oddly enough, when I found the passion of reading was a night that the power went out. And I probably went out for 2 days. And so I picked up a book, read it, back to front, picked up another one, read it. Uh, Both of them probably being close to 200 to 300 pages. TV went back on, shut off the TV, picked up another one, read it. Now I'm roughly reading 4 books a month. On a good month, I read about 9 books. Doesn't include graphic novels and comic books. I found a passion, and Suzanne helped me. On the subject of special needs and the issues that it comes is I was talking to my girlfriend who's becoming a teacher May 5th. She has to do her praxis and graduate. That's all she's doing. Um, and she was talking about, just being a normal teacher because she's being a teacher's aide right now is hard. It's amazing to see the difference from middle schooler to a high schooler. High schools don't think you can teach them anything. Don't think they need what they're being taught. The simple point here is that she talked about one of her friends, because we talked about this video yesterday. She talked about one of her friends in school becoming a special education teacher. And she came in one day and said, I hate these little bastards and I wish I could hit them. They're special needs. And my girlfriend, she talks about how pain in the butt the high schoolers are, and middle schoolers are lovely. They know what they do wrong. High schoolers don't. And she said, there's never been a point I want to hit them. And I know special education teachers are a little harder. They have to deal with a lot harder situations, but there should never be a time. I remember in my school that if you did go to a special education course, and this is what I thought was odd, was instead of them reading the books, the teachers would read them the books for them. They didn't challenge the kids. And guess what? You challenge a kid, they will step up to play, even if they have a special needs. And guess what? When you just look at them and treat them like they're different from what anyone else. And there's another video online where if you put in teacher bully, you'll find it, of this kid looking at a teacher and telling him, don't call me special, I'm normal. And the teacher mocking him relentlessly for it. That shows the dynamic in a kid. A kid with special needs will fight tooth and nail to become normal. They want to be. They don't have the issues most of us have when we hit that teenage years where we want to be something more than normal. They're just happy with being normal. I know this kid in the video, Aiken, I believe, is going to do great things because he has a father who supports him. He knows for a fact this wasn't his fault. He's going to have this experience to look back and prove every one of those teachers and the teachers' aides and the assistants that he, and only he, can defeat his own purpose. He's going to be able to do anything he dreams of. And I wish I had adults half as great as this father, because then I'd be living in a world of pretty good people, or actually like pretty awesome people. I just feel sorry that our school systems have starting to fail, and you can look on YouTube. There's plenty of videos showing special education teachers failing and normal teachers failing. I hope that these types of videos will finally make it where tenure can be removed for bullying. Tenure can be, they have to make laws to prevent this, because there should never be a time where a teacher looks at a student and treat them like garbage. This was Kill Ogre here. I enjoy this video. This is the first video I've made in quite some time. I opened a little bit about myself, so I want to ask you guys for a favor. Comment about a teacher who helped you through some troubled times in life, because we all had them. And post if you were ever bullied by a teacher in school, because I guarantee we have. I think everyone has. I know a few teachers myself who made you go up in front of class and dance to just use the restroom, which tell you the truth, does not help your self-esteem at all. Okay, this is Gil Ogre. Adios.